So when WWE is talking about TKO, they're not just talking about their business partners. They are literally talking about our pockets, bro. They trying to knock the mugs out because how much they're charging for Friday Night Smackdown this week at the Allstate Arena, it is crazy. They are literally charging PLE prices just to go to the event and sit in the nosebleed section. This is crazy. Now, this is coming from a person who's from Chicago, who went to the Allstate Arena pretty much my entire life. I was there for all 3 Chicago takeovers from NXT. I was there for 2019 Survivor Series, 2023 Survivor Series, and I went to the NXT premiere on USA last year. Yeah, last year, which were all fun events. But I didn't think it should go up that much, even after the TKO takeover, right? Now, why does this matter to me? Because I was planning to help out a couple of kids for a back-to-school gift to be able to go to Friday Night Smackdown this week because they've never been to a WWE event, so they could finally see John Cena and see a couple of other favorite wrestlers. Normally, I would pay for them to go to a house show, but this time around, there's really no house shows anymore except for the holiday tour. But when you look at these prices, it's crazy. And a lot of people may think, well, I mean, if you think that's bad, then what about the $70,000 price tags to go to WrestleMania and to sit in the front row? I get it. That's crazy. But that's for the own location prices, right? Those are optional. And even if you sit in the front row and gotta pay like $30,000, those are optional. That's not what you have to pay to get in the door. Those are prices for people that I don't even want to know how they got to where they are, because this, I'll just say that for a different day. But those aren't required. But for the tickets to get into SmackDown, that is required just to go in there and be there. So after all this yapping, let's just get into the ticket prices, bro. I just want to bring this up real quick because I got to go to work really soon, so I can't stick on this for a long time. Let's go here. Boom. This is the Allstate Arena for Friday Night SmackDown, right? So when you're looking at this area right here, it's the obstructed view all the way on the other side of the arena. So I'm going to zoom in here and show y'all where we at, okay? So we're talking about if you sit all the way in the back, we're talking about over $150 per person to sit all the way at the top and in the back. And if you want to creep a little closer and peek over the Titron to kind of see some wrestlers walk down the ramp, you got to pay $264 per person. Now, if you want to go into a view where you actually get to see the Titron and all that stuff, look how much you got to pay to get over here. $300 to $400, bro, per person. This is per person to sit at the Allstate Arena. Now, people will say, oh, well, I mean, it's John Cena's final day in Chicago and AJ Lee is going to return and all these different things. Okay, if you want to put the John Cena tax on there, cool. But here's the problem. I went to the Royal Rumble this year at Lucas Oil Stadium, and this is how much I paid for both of them. Per person was $231 per person, and this was further down than the nosebleed seats at the Allstate Arena. And you got to see John Cena's final Royal Rumble. You got to see Roman Reigns. You got to see Seth Rollins. You got to see CM Punk. You pretty much got to see all your favorite wrestlers because it is a Royal Rumble. Saw an incredible match between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. I was going to say Keith Lee. Kevin Owens. And all of that. For that. And even if you went up higher, you would have paid far less to actually be there, which is crazy, bro. And then if you look at, let's look at this, right? This is the even crazier part. Look at the WrestlePalooza tickets, bro. So in the same section at their stadium, you're paying about $198 per person. But this is a PLE that is on ESPN for the first time ever. For the first time ever. And granted, that's still high to me personally. I would wish it would be down a little bit lower, but given that it's the first ESPN PLE and this is going to be a big show where you're going to get John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, possibly you're going to get the Usos versus the Braun Boys, you're possibly going to get a mixed tag match between CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, and so many different things. You're going to get a stacked show because they're going to want to bury AEW's pay-per-view that day, but also they want to have the biggest show ever, and $198 price tag is not that bad. And then you look at this side of it, it's $208, right, to sit on this side for this big event. Remember, let's go back to the Allstate Arena, guys. Let's see this right here. That's cheaper than being on this side of the arena at a SmackDown, bro. At a SmackDown. This is crazy. And if you look at the Monday Night Raw tickets for next week, which is basically what I bought the tickets for them from, because there was a 40% off back to school offer for the Pfizer Forum, so they were happy about that. You're looking at tickets that are just $97 for Monday Night Raw, which we can all argue is the better product between that and SmackDown. Now, you're not going to see John Cena, no. But even if you don't get to see the AJ Lee return, there's a better chance that she's going to show up on Raw after SmackDown. So maybe they can have that confrontation between her and Becky Lynch if they don't do it this Friday. And again, Raw has better product in my personal opinion. So I can't justify SmackDown charging what they're charging this Friday for people to go. Again, I don't like to complain about stuff, but when it comes to this, especially when I'm trying to do something for kids and stuff like that, this is pretty crazy. And it will be easier for them to go to the Allstate Arena than for them to go to Pfizer Forum. But I get what people are going to say. TKO, WWE don't care about the fans, they care about the money. I understand, but I don't understand the logical reasoning behind this. And I've also looked at other SmackDowns, and their prices at their other stadiums are cheaper. And when it comes to Chicago, as you can see, I got the hat on. The prices to even go to Soldier Field to watch the Bears play the Dallas Cowboys is far more expensive in the nosebleed, which I'm not talking about WWE anymore, than it is to go to the nosebleeds at SoFi Stadium to watch my Rams play anybody. What is going on, Chicago? What do y'all got tolls? Y'all don't ever fix the potholes on the road. Y'all got all kind of problems, and y'all charging this, bro? This is crazy. I don't know, bro. But this is so weird to me. Y'all let me know how you feel in the comment section, bro. I don't really make rant videos like this, but dude, this, out of all my times of going to the Allstate Arena, I've never seen tickets that look like this a day in my life, bro. This is crazy. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I got to get ready for work. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for supporting. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. Also, hit the hype button when you get a chance. Salute, peace. Have a great day.